I love Oluya, the storm also. It's special because that song I wrote when my aunt died and there was an earthquake. And I was in such a state that I was so shocked and terrified and sad that I sat by the piano and played the piano to make myself feel better. And the words and the melody and harmonies were just coming to me, and that's how the song was made. But beside that, I have one song which is called "This World Is Crazy," and it's on Croatian, it's Ovaj svijet je lud. And in that song, I speak about my problems with insomnia. So it's the song that means me a lot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Creativity Worth Expressing. I am your host, Ryan Anthony Hernandez, and today I have a special guest. She is a musician, a songwriter, and a producer coming all the way from beautiful Croatia. Please welcome to the podcast, Jelena Oberman. Jelena, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing today?
Thank you for inviting me. I'm very glad to be here. I'm very well, actually. Bit in a hurry. I was today had lots of practicing and lots of work to do, but now I can chill with you and talk liberally.
Good. And even the people in the audience, when they listen to this, I hope you're also chilling and enjoy the episode. So, Yelena, before we even get started and start exploring your creative journey, before we do that, can you share with us a bit about the music that you make?
Well, I make music, which I like to call genre alternative fluid. It's music that is a mix of pop, rock, metal. Even now, I'm trying something about industrial. I'm just experimenting, playing with music. It's a little bit awkward for a musician to uh, mix such different genres, but I think that we live in a time when people have more freedom in every sense. So if someone can be gender fluid, I can be genre fluid. It's not a taboo anymore. It's not something you cannot do. I think that algorithms have to adopt to us musicians, not we musicians to algorithms. Algorithm cannot dictate us what music can we make. So I think the developers of those systems have to make up a better system for putting our music in front of the right people, even
Beautiful.
though we are mixing.
When was it in life that you found an interest for creating your own music?
When I was a child, I started to make songs when I was a child, when I started to attend music school at the age of 11. So I wasn't so good at playing instruments. I didn't want to play by the notes and play what others wrote. So when I started playing flute, I firstly started playing flute. Later, I finished music school for opera singing, classical singing. But when I started to play flute, I was always making my own songs and practicing and practices like to better play. And then I after that, I started to play the classical composers. I always started with my songs, which I imagined in my head. At the I improvised. I like to improvise, and when I was a child, I was very interested in making those little commercials, singing commercials, like we painted one picture in the school for like a commercial for stop smoking, and then I imagined my own song, how do people have to stop smoking, and that's how it started. I just started with my musical education, and then after that I went to secondary school, to secondary music school, and I learned opera singing. And also I had a problem with repeating what other people wrote and reinterpreting their songs. But I think that it's not such a problem for a musician. It's some people improvise, some are good at reproducing, and I was good at improvising. So I later on, after I finished music school, I didn't want to sing opera, and I went to university to study journalism, and then I worked for years as a journalist, and after 20 years, I got back to music. I got a little home studio, which was my dream, like forever. And I got my little studio, and then I started making my own music. It was in 2019, and then at 2020, when was this COVID situation, I started to write more and released my first song at the end of that year in December.
Okay,
it was about COVID. It was Corona.
Yeah.
The name of the song was Corona, and that's how it started.
Have you had any people or any other artists whom you've looked up to, who have inspired you?
Yes, of course. I have lots of artists who inspire me, but I have to say one name which is very important for me. It's IMX. His name is Chris Corner, and he performs as IMX. He lives now in California, but he is a British singer-songwriter and producer. And when I heard his song Bernadette for the first time, somehow algorithm showed me that song, and I couldn't resist it. I was listening to that song for a long time, and just that song over and over again. And it was so beautiful, so fascinating, that after that, I wrote almost the whole album of songs in English inspired by that song and inspired by that artist. Now I listen to all his catalog, and his music is just fabulous, marvelous, and he has influenced me the most. And of course, besides him, I listen to Rammstein, which is industrial metal band, and there are some songs which I wrote which remind of their songs. And I like to listen to Nick Cave also, and he inspired me a lot. And Agnes Obel, Nostalgia, those are Depeche Mode, of course. Those are musicians that inspire me. And of course, sometimes I'm inspired by movies. For example, I wrote a song, lots of songs actually, which remind of Stranger Things TV show. I was so inspired when I watched Stranger Things for the first time, and I um, I was so inspired by that music, and I started to write music like in the trailer of Stranger Things.
Nice. So your creativity is just going in different directions, but that's good because it has your unique sound. But earlier you were saying that you did, I think, a few years of journalism, correct?
Yes, I was a journalist for years and years. It wasn't just few years.
Huh.
I worked since 2002 until 2010.
Okay.
8 years, eight
Yeah.
years, eight
A-
years. I
a-
worked for 8 years
And
as a journalist.
did your work as a journalist, has it in any way shaped or has it impacted your music in any way?
Of course, of course. Uh, Firstly, I am so professionally deformed that I have to write about politics. I just have to write about politics and society and things that are going in human society. And that's something I have to write. And that's my theme for a long time. And the second, the simplicity of expression. Through journalism, I learned to write simpler and with shorter sentences, with clearer thoughts, and not to complicate so much when write lyrics. So my lyrics are rather simple and clear, and they are not something that a child couldn't understand. You know, they're not so complicated. They're just that every generation can understand, and every person, regardless of his or hers education, can understand. So that's something that I learned by working in newspapers. I worked in one of the biggest newspapers in Croatia. So it was a real drill to learn how to write simple.
You are not only a singer, a musician, but you're also a producer. Can you share with us what is that like?
Yes, I do every song in my home studio. I do everything except mixing and mastering because I'm not so good at it. I have one album, first album, which I mixed by myself, but I don't recommend people to do that if they don't have a lot of experience because it's not so good mixed. And I want things to be perfect
Mm.
for as much as perfect as they can be. So I now hire a mix and mastering engineer, but I when I produce my songs, when I first write song, I write it on my piano. I first write lyrics, then I make music. After music, I go to my door and put the music and lyrics into DAW. I sing and play on the keyboards on the MIDI recorder, and then after that I go and make arrangement, and I pick instruments I think about melodies that are following the main melody, little things that just go into the song. And after I do that, then I go and hire a mixing and mastering engineer. So I basically make all my music in my home, in my studio.
Also, it's a lot of work that you're doing. You're putting in a lot of not only work, but a lot of energy. And for you, like, well, you've said that your first album, you you later on you had to get mixers for you, or like engineers who can really get that perfect sound. But when you finally reached that where you had that perfect sound and that music was finally being listened to by people, how did that make you feel that people were listening to your music?
I'm always surprised when somebody says that he's listening to my music. I like that so much. That's the best thing that can happen. It's nice that they play you on the radio. It's nice that they cover you in a magazine or in outlets or on TV or everything like that. But when people tell me, I'm listening to your music, I like your music made me feel like that and that, make me feel, make me. I liked one a person which told me that my music has made her go easier through her bad period in life. So it's something that is precious and that is special. And I feel very blessed to that my music affects people like that.
That's a
It's
beautiful thing to see comments like that.
yes. It's those comments are the best. I like those comments, and I like people who like my music. Uh, I think that those people are rather similar to me, and mu- maybe much more similar than my friends
Hmm.
in my life, because they resonate with something I do and with something that I feel so strongly, because the music I make, I feel it so strongly and I love it so much. Then when it resonates with somebody, I think it's that person is more similar to me than, for example, my friend, which I have from elementary school or something.
And which song do you think people connect with the most?
The Storm on Croatian. I This is a really special song. In Croatian, it's called Oluja, the storm. And that song people like the most. And that song is the song that people experienced like they 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 told me that that song has affected them in such a way that they uh, uh, passed through a bad period from their life listening to my song easier.
So the
So
song,
that's the best song. That's the song which I also translated because fans wanted me to translate it to English, and I translated to English and published in English.
okay, well, I'm gonna have to listen to that one. I might have listened, but I'm gonna listen to it again. And it's funny because usually what I like to do is I like to go for long walks. I go on these long walks, and in these long walks, that's when I listen to the music that I like, and especially music of the guests who are going to be on the podcast. And yesterday, when you sent me a message, it was the perfect
Mhm.
timing because I was in the middle of, listening to your music. So, even though uh, a person may not understand all the lyrics, or if it's in a different language, sometimes there's just like an energy behind the song where it can connect, even though you don't know the language. But there's just something I believe to be magical about music. I don't know. What do you think?
Yes, I think that music speaks a universal language. I also listen to some songs which I don't understand, and then I translate the lyrics by translator. For example, I love Rammstein. I don't speak German, but I love Rammstein. And then I ask my husband to tell me what they are singing about, or go to Google Translator and translate a song for me. But I love them. I listen to them almost every day. I get up in the morning, and if I don't listen to Rammstein, it's like I never drank my coffee. You know, I'm tired and I'm drinking coffee. If I don't listen to Rammstein, I will not wake up. I have to listen to Rammstein to wake up, to be energized, to have a better mood. And it affects, even though I don't know the language, you know.
And do you have a favorite Rammstein song?
So, yes, of course, Ohne dich and Diamant. It's those are the best songs, and I like a song from the last album, Lügen, Lie.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to listen to those again. It's been a while. I don't listen to Rammstein every day when I wake up, but maybe I can listen to it again. But from your music, from your catalog of, you have a numerous amount of songs. Is there one that you would say is your favorite?
Of course, I love Oluya, The Storm also. It's special because that song I wrote when my aunt died and there was an earthquake. And I was in such a state that I was so shocked and terrified and sad that I sat by the piano and played the piano to make myself feel better. And the words and the melody and harmonies were just coming to me, and that's how the song was made. But beside that, I have one song which is called "This World Is Crazy," and it's on Croatian, it's Ovaj svijet je lud. And in that song, I speak about my problems with insomnia. So it's the song that means me a lot.
Mm.
It's not such popular as The Storm or Luya, but I like it very much and I feel it very strongly.
Oh, thank you for sharing. I'm gonna have to check out those songs, and especially for those who are in the audience, these songs that you mentioned, these are songs that, of course, listen to all of Yelena's music, but maybe these are some opportunities that you can listen to these songs, uh, in particular. So now going back to your creative journey. I have to say, I see you have a little friend in the background. Uh,
Yes, it's my dog.
does he ever,
He,
does your dog ever help?
yes, I even included him in one of my songs. He was barking while I was recording, and I wanted him to stop, and he didn't stop. And I put that recording in my computer. And I said to one producer, you know, I have problem with recording in my studio because my dog always barks, and I have this recording then in which he barks, and I don't know what to do with it. And he's told me, leave it in there and publish it with him. So I published that song in which he is barking. The mixing engineer made that sound like it was from far away, but it was in my room. And the name of that song is Zagrli me, Hug Me. And in that song he barks, and it's just a good atmosphere, like you walk on a rainy day and the dog barks somewhere and you are hugging with your loved one.
Well, I'm happy that right now he looks to be very calm. He looks like he's not going to do any barking today, but that's beautiful that as an artist, as a musician, you're able to work with, the sound mixer and, work it where you can still include your dog. That for me, that's the beautiful thing about art and music is that sometimes you work together and you make something that's very
Yes.
magical.
Yes, and it can be magical. It can be frustrating. It is frustrating for lots of times, but it can be magical if things just come together perfectly. But I have also put him. He was acting in my videos, in my music videos, and I have him always beside me. He's like my sign.
And so now you mentioned like after COVID you started making music, and then or even as a kid, but specifically after COVID, and now you're still making music. How many albums or how many albums do you have available at the moment?
At the moment, I have two albums and one EP,
Mm.
and a few singles which are not on the albums. I'm preparing another album, and in English. I have finished like 6 songs, but we have stopped because I collaborate with other people. So I'm waiting for those people to hop in, and I have to be patient. When I work alone, I work very quickly. So now
Mm.
I'm learning to be patient and not to rush into things because people need time to to think about their contribution.
And
And of course they have their jobs, so it's not so simple to collaborate, especially when people are doing daily jobs and then music afterwards. It's rather complicated to manage to do everything perfectly.
Okay, so wow, you're doing a lot of work, and behind the scenes, you're making music videos with your dog. You're
Yes.
collaborating with other musicians, other artists. But how do you see your creative journey evolving in the future? Like, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
I see myself writing music, making music videos, and that's everything I see. I see myself doing this, and I so much like making music. That process is so self-rewarding that it's, I don't know, it's such a passion that I like to do that for the rest of my life. And even when I will be old, I would like to do that. And of course, I would like to have more gigs.
Mm.
And that's something that I have to figure out how to realize, because it's not easy to introduce yourself to the clubs and other places that where you can have gigs, and it's rather hard to organize everything.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have a person who could do that for me, because for me it's rather embarrassing to knock at people's
Hmm.
doors and ask, can I have a gig at your place, etc., etc. So maybe I could have a person who could do that for me. I'm thinking about that. And I would like to have a person who will manage my career like that.
Well, if people are watching this when it comes out, people are watching and listening, where would you like to have your gigs? Maybe they're listening and saying, "Yeah, let's do it."
I would like to have a gig in Vintage Bar in Zagreb. It's a place for concerts. In Močvara, would like to have. It's also great place for gigs, and maybe some little club like Dva Osam and Prinami in Zagreb. On It's like a great place to have concert, etc. And of course, it's in Zagreb. In other places, like I love the club Regenerator in Zabok, and there are little clubs in every city, alternative clubs in every big city in Croatia. I would like to have gig there.
Well, that'll be nice. I think that would be awesome if you can get some more gigs. So hopefully, people listening, if you're in Croatia, you have connections, maybe you can hook it up for our good friend here, Jelena. And would you ever see yourself going to other places? I know you mentioned you like Ramstein. Do you see yourself maybe going to Berlin or maybe going to Prague, anywhere international?
Yes, if I manage to have so many people who listen to me there, I don't know, maybe they have place for performing for those who don't have their fans there, but I don't know. I think that I have to have fans first,
Mhm.
then think about going to Berlin and Prague. But Berlin would be nice. It's great scene.
Yeah.
It's the best European scene. London, Berlin, Prague. Those are great scenes.
Well, good luck. I mean, but this is how you start. You start by actually making the music and doing the work. You're doing the work, you're having collaborations, you're even being on a podcast. So thank you. Because that's how, it's a lot of work that people have to do behind the scenes.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of work, but I love those work. I love talking to you now. Right now, I love doing interviews. I love making videos for social networks. I just love making funny and not funny videos. I just love that, because if I weren't a musician, I would probably be a director and make movies. So that's another of my dreams, which I have. I
It,
know.
it sounds like your dreams, even though you're in music, but even if you weren't doing this, your dream is you would be doing directing. What I see is that creativity has always been important for you. So that's very, very beautiful that you're able to create, um, to just be creative. So, thank you for sharing your creativity.
Thank you, thank you. I like to be creative because it's like a play. and I feel something which I cannot feel by doing repetitive jobs.
Mhm.
I I got so much energy, and the rush of that energy is so wild that I can do it for hours and hours. I used to do music from 8 in the morning until 8 in the evening. You know, it's it's wild, this energy that you have when you start creating. It's so inspiring and rewarding, and um, it's the most exciting thing I can do
Mhm.
in my life, to create something. I think that there's no better thing you can do. That people should be creative and not use AI, not use those shortcuts to make something just to earn money. It's not about that. It's not important to earn money. It's important to be in that process and create something by yourself. Reward is in that process, you know, process. Uh, I have problems with accents.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's
But I'm
fine.
not native, so you will excuse me. Um, yes, the rewarding, the reward is in that process, and it's important to be creative, to be a human being. I think it's in our nature that that we have to create to be happy. If we don't create, if we do repetitive jobs, we are not happy. And if we use AI to make music or movie or something, we didn't do anything. We just had an idea, but we didn't pass through that process, and we didn't uh, get that reward, that burst of energy, that happiness, and that fulfillment. So it's important to be creative for every person, not just for us who are uh, educated to be creative.
Well, well, thank you so much. Now to start wrapping this up, because we've heard about your journey, your music journey, your creative journey, but are there any other artists or upcoming musicians that you suggest we keep an eye out for?
Of course, I love Emily Gray. She's a British artist, but she lives in Spain. She is emo folk singer-songwriter, and she writes beautiful songs. I love her EP about apocalypse. And there's Mike Videotape from New Zealand. I think he's doing amazing music. Teatertine from Germany, and Natalie Miranda from London.
All right, well, thank you for sharing those upcoming artists, those artists that we should also check out. And now for my final question is, Jelena Oberman, why is creativity so important for you?
Creativity is important for me because, as earlier said, I feel fulfilled when I am creating something. Like my life has a meaning, and that meaning is something higher than ordinary life. It's something that makes me happy and full of energy, and of course, I can express myself and tell the world what I think about the world, what I think about politics, what I think about society, what I think about human relations. And it's important for me to say those things. And when I put music on those lyrics, it just gets wild. And those ideas, my words just pop up and explode into the world. And I send a message to the world, my message. So I think it's important for everybody to send those messages, to tell what they think, to express themselves, to create something that would be meaningful and that would be rewarding and make them happy. And this cannot replace anything. It's so important to be creative. And I say it's not about money at all. When you start thinking about, I shall make this song to make some money, there is no this reacting. Sorry. It's a hunting dog, so just he started the work and this was we have to wait. Brošek. Okay, he stopped.
Okay.
He's a hunting dog, so he barks a lot.
Okay.
And what was I talking about? Yes, it's not when you write song and you say this song would be a hit and I will earn a lot of money. There's no reward in that. It's just a business. You have to create. You have to be sincere. You have to make music which you like, or lyrics that express yourself, not for others, for yourself. You write for yourself, and then you'll get a reward. And when people say, I can relate to that, you will be connected to people who are like you. And you will not feel alone and misunderstood. And that's the beauty of it. And that's what is important in creation for me, and I think for the others also.
Well, thank you so much, Jelena, for sharing all about your journey, your creative journey, and your love for making, for creating. For those who are in the audience, where can they find your music?
They can find my music on YouTube, of course, and on the all streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, everywhere, just everywhere.
Okay, so for people in the audience, please go check out Jelena Oberman. Check out her music, follow her. Do you have a YouTube as well?
Yes, I have a YouTube. Yes, of course.
Just put
Jelena
Jelena.
Oberman.
Okay,
Yes.
so go check out Jelena Oberman, her YouTube. Go subscribe, listen to her music, put it on repeat, put her music on loop, so you're listening to it all day. And for the podcast, please, this is available on Spotify and on YouTube. If you're listening to this on Spotify, please give a review, hopefully 5 stars. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, like, share. Please share it, because the more you share, the more people can encounter the awesome creative power by our guest today, Jelena. And if you would like to help me in other ways, you can do so by buying me a coffee. I always need my coffee. I need my caffeine. Today, unfortunately, there's no coffee. I'm drinking tea, which is very sad. But if you want to buy me a coffee, you can do so by going to buymeacoffee.com/truth_that_age7. And with that, again, Jelena, thank you so much for being an awesome guest here on Creativity Worth Expressing.
Ryan, thank you for asking me to join in and to be your guest. It was very nice for me. And excuse my accents.
Oh, no, it's wonderful.
They're not perfect. Thank you.
Okay.